Hey everybody, I'm back with part 2 of our bone broth making little tutorial that we were doing. I know that I told you it would be 3 hours and that was a really long time ago. I forgot that we had gymnastics today, so I had to set my second batch of bone broth on a timer and wait until we were going to be home from gymnastics, which we are now. So it's done, and I was going to show you because I had some people asking me about the pressure cooker thing. So I just want to show you, this is what it looks like, and it's done. And so what I'm going to do is manually release the pressure. There's a little valve here, and you want to make sure you do this with a paper towel or oven mitt or something, because the steam that comes out, I mean, there's super crazy pressure built up in here, so you just want to be really careful. So I'm just going to let it go. Might be a little loud, so it might turn your volume down, but we're going to just kind of let it, and it's going to, I don't know if you can see that. Oops. I'm going to kind of let the pressure go a little bit. I don't know if you can see the steam coming out, but it's kind of hard to see in the phone. But anyway, we're going to let that kind of go. And I always try to kind of sort of, catch it with a towel a little bit or something, just so it's not going up into the ceiling and causing moisture issues. It's been, with the electric pressure cookers, they kind of release a little pressure on their own once the time is up. And so it's been sort of steadily just kind of letting a little bit of pressure and steam go. But this is just going to get the last of it out of there so that it will allow me to take the top off, because it won't let you take the top off unless the pressure is reduced. And you can tell that it's basically done because this little piece drops back down in there. So I'm going to take the top off now and unlock it so you guys can see the beautiful bone broth. I wish you could smell it. My house smells amazing. And there we go. It looks like a really beautiful, vegetable stew or beef stew or something, except ordinarily with that you would have chopped up veggies or whatever. So what we will do with this once it cools a little bit is, obviously I'll take the little insert out and I will strain it so that the broth goes into a pot, and I'll remove all the vegetables and the bones and stuff like that, and I'll put the beef back in so that we can have the beef with the broth. But the bones and the vegetables are spent now. We've made 2 batches. The veggies are obviously no good, and the bones are probably about had all they can give us. So that's what it looks like when it comes out of the pot. Now I want to show you the first batch that I did has been cooling, and this is what it looks like, and it just looks like a beautiful broth. I stirred it just a minute ago, and I probably shouldn't have, because I wanted to show you how it has some of the gelatin. It's going to be probably hard to see on here, but I should have just left it so you can see it. Here's a little bit right here. I don't know if you can tell the difference. It's kind of like floating on the top, but this sort of gelatinous kind of stuff. Oops. That's the good stuff. That's the stuff that we want. So that's what it's going to look like. That's what the second batch will look like also, once I let it cool and get rid of the veggies. But I wanted to show you what we're going to store it in. I found these on Amazon. They are, what's the brand? OXO brand. And they're basically ice cube trays, but they're really deep compared to a normal ice cube tray. And it has this little, this comes out, this silicone thing, but it has a tray, so they're not floppy, which is great, so you don't accidentally spill. And they also have lids. Super exciting. So you don't have to worry about spills in your freezer, because that's a huge mess. So what I'm going to do is put them in here. And that way, when I want to use some of the bone broth, I can take out a bunch and use it to make a, to start a soup or something like that. But more importantly, when somebody is not feeling good, and we want to use bone broth to kind of support their immune system, I can just pop out, 1 or 2 servings at a time and warm them back up to liquid form, and that way the person can sip on it, or we could make just a mini serving of soup or something like that for them. Because I didn't want to freeze it in like quarts or gallon-sized bags or something, because then you have to thaw the whole thing. Once you thaw it, you really need to use it pretty quickly. Definitely that same day. I would not let it keep in the fridge or anything like that for a few days. You just want to go ahead and use it up. Because remember, there's nothing in here but all natural stuff. We don't have any preservatives or anything like that, like there would be in a store-bought chicken broth. So that's basically the process. I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. I'll put the link to those ice cube kind of trays in the comments below in case you're interested in getting them. And of course, if you have any questions, just post below. But I hope that this will inspire you to maybe consider getting a pressure cooker, and definitely to try bone broth for your family this fall and winter to support your immune system and your overall wellness. I hope you have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.